questions. So we are going to start. Chad in California, you're up with JB.
Oh, after he just got done with the West Coast, I get to start us off, huh?
Nice. What's up, Chad?
John, I mean, you got cracking up. You're taking all kinds of notes, and I'm right there with everything that you're saying. So this is super cool. But I wanted to, I know you touched on, the book and what the premise of it was around your daughter and helping teach her. One thing that I'm doing, you talking about experiences and events. And for me out here, I want to tie this into good causes. I took notice that you had your daughter's favorite charity is the World Wildlife Fund. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And is there any way that we can help to support that as a community?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Chad. I think that's, again, it kind of goes back to privilege too, right? Like once you realize that you're in a pretty good position, giving back is top on the priority list. At least for me, it is. And also teaching your kid, it goes back to values too, right? Like teaching your kid values. And one of the things for me with the book was, it was a good opportunity for me to connect with my daughter because I was traveling so much. And when you tell your kid, you're a lawyer, a doctor, they all kind of know what that is, right? But when you tell your 4, 5, 6-year-old kid you're in sales, they kind of look at you like, what? Like, what do you talk all day for money, Dad? And I'm like, I mean, kind of, but right. So I was trying to educate her on what it meant to be in sales. And she was a Girl Scout. And so she had come up to me one time and she's like, Daddy, she's like, Girl Scout cookies. She's like, I got a link. And I know you have a big following. Could you share this link so that people could buy Girl Scout cookies from me? And I was like, no. And she was like, well, why not? I'm like, first of all, because that's my network and I worked my ass off to build it. And second of all, who's going to buy? Why would they buy cookies from you over every other kid that's knocking on their door trying to sell them cookies? And she was like, oh, well, what do I need to do? I was like, well, you need to show people why they should buy cookies from you. So we did this little pitch, like she got a wig on because she was a little nervous and she does a video pitch. And if you go to iwannabeinsaleswhenagrowup.com, like you'll see her pitching it and we practiced that. And then I wrote a blog about it. And then she did, face-to-face sales, like knocking on doors. So we, practice objection handling. And then I ended up writing a book. And the idea was to kind of be connected to her in a lot of ways, but also introduce sales to kids at a really, really young age. Because no kid ever says, I want to be in sales when I grow up. And so that part of me was, one is to elevate the profession from the ground floor. 2 is to get more women into sales, because I think women are some of the best sales professionals I've ever come across personally. And then also to give back, right? So now 100% of the profits go to charity on that. And we get to give a check to the World Wildlife, usually about $25,000 every year. So great way is if anybody wants a book, you could buy it on Amazon, but it's actually better because I get like $1 if you buy it on Amazon, because Amazon screws you. But if you want, you just hit me up with a DM or a text, and I'll send it to you. I'll have my daughter autograph it for you, right? If you have a kid, I'll put their name on it and I'll send it to you, and $20 on Venmo or something like that, and all that'll go directly into the charity. So I appreciate it, Chad. But yeah, it's a fun project. So
last thing out here, I know I want to save time for everybody else, is because I'm looking to align myself with other good causes. I'm actually coaching some elite basketball players here, high school basketball players, and I'm getting them to think beyond basketball, beyond bigger school, etc. And doing some community things here. We're going to do a beach cleanup, and I got to look more into the wildlife and see if maybe there's a correlation that maybe we can help support that cause through our community out here on the West Coast.
I love it, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I'm up for any collaborations on that. I'm doing something with modern sales professionals coming up on Thursday. I'm speaking. They bought 150 books and they're giving them out to everybody who's going to be joining the conversation. So those are the type of things that are just fun for me to. So anytime, I got probably about 5,000 books in my garage here. So anytime you want some, I'll ship some out to you. But yeah, I think anything you can do and what you're doing there, Chad, with high school basketball, like there's all sorts of opportunities to give back. We work with Service to Software, where we help veterans who come out of, being a veteran, and help, they get our training so that they can get certified and get jobs in SaaS. So any of that stuff, I just really hope and appreciate what you're doing, Chad, and hope most of us are trying to do a little bit, right, to give back to other people. Thanks.
Yeah, Rob Owens, who joined us, who's out here in Southern California. I just reached out to him last week and introduced him to a buddy of mine who spent 20 years in the Air Force, and they have some people that they know, and they're going to work on some things. My buddy's a veteran, and he's looking to actually, that's a separate conversation. I don't want to take up too much time, but no, this is a lot of good stuff.
Appreciate it, Chad.
So anyway.